All right, hey team, welcome to our bi-weekly team call. It is Wednesday, January 24th. For recording purposes, I sound so legit. Today we're going to be talking about the EBCs of the business. I have a feeling we're going to have a low turn on this call just because there's been some coaches that have been on the team for a while and they probably know about a lot of this stuff. This is a very basic, probably going to be a quicker call. So definitely... I just saw that somebody that's familiar with Zoom, I think I just saw a coach post in the event. Can somebody head over to the event to see if they need help connecting? Somebody could do that for me. Thanks, Olivia. So I want you guys to think of any questions. This is a call that this is the time to ask questions. So you can ask me face to face as we can get in the virtual world. So you can really understand some of this stuff, because some of the stuff is very confusing as a new coach. I totally get it. You're like, can I have a dictionary, please? That would be, Sarah's like, yep, please. That would be great. So I do have some slides, and I'm going to go over some announcements, and I have them actually on the slides. Let me get on the right slide before you bounce over there. Okay. Can you guys see this? Yeah, I'm not going to press play because I want to be able to see the chat box, and that way if you guys have any questions. So before we get started, some quick announcements, guys. So I don't have it on here. Team Apparel, it's open. The link is somewhere in the team page. Search Team Apparel, and you should be able to find it. This will probably be the last Team Apparel we have until probably May. So we get some shirts for Summit. So head on over there, pick up some team apparel. Our girl Mary does it. She's been our team apparel person for the last couple of years now. Brand new team name. My husband's like, do you really need another hoodie? You have like 10. I'm like, but I don't have one with our team name on it. So there's some really good stuff. So go check it out. It's either open until Friday or Sunday. I'm not sure. It's in the post, so make sure you go and check it out. Okay, for some quick announcements. First thing first is the Team Cup. It starts on February 1st. Lacey, our corporate person, went live in our team page today talking about it. So make sure you watch that video. Make sure that I'm going to put this phone upside down so it doesn't catch my attention. If you're not on a team, get on a team. Don't be that coach that's like, oh, I'm too new, or oh, I'm too scared, or oh, I'm going to let my team down. That's not the way it is. So if you are in need of a team cup, post in the team page, hey, I need a team cup. We will find you a team cup. Even if it's not within our team, I'll find you one on other teams that I know. So make sure you're on a team cup. Really cool incentives, especially for my girls going to Summit. It's a very Summit-based team cup. You get an umbrella. I don't mind free umbrellas. I mean, it was kind of raining today. I could have used it. You get, for my people that have been to Summit before, you get a little ribbon that says team cup. Some really cool stuff. So make sure you definitely get on a team. Secondly, guys, I am doing my own promo this month. Earlier this month, okay, maybe it's like the 2nd of January, I announced where our team retreat is this year, which it is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Woo, woo. I'm excited. It's September 27th through the 30th. Y'all, this team retreat, it's cheap. I think it's $200. It's $200 per person to go for 4 days to Salt Lake City. Obviously, it doesn't include airfare and travel, all that stuff. But that's pretty inexpensive when you think about a 4-day stay in Salt Lake City, Utah. And corporate, we get a one-on-one training with Jeff Hill. He is the VP of Beachbody Sales. He's pretty freaking awesome. So the promo this month is if you hit Success Club 5 and Emerald, you automatically get invited to Utah. Now, the way to get an invite to come to Utah is to hit Emerald and to hold it for 6 weeks. So every Thursday or Friday, I do a new announcement letting you guys know who is who as we get closer. And if I still have spots that aren't filled, I will start to invite people based off of if they've hit Success Club in the past, if they're halfway to Emerald, if they're a working coach, if I see them working really hard and doing the behavior. So there's definitely ways to get invited. There's 20 spots. So definitely, guys, if you want to go, make it happen. Team retreats are awesome. It's fun. You get to meet Evelyn. I mean, you guys don't want to see me. You want to see Evelyn, obviously. So definitely get there if you guys can get there. And then secondly, guys, our new coach training. I've never done this training before, but I will say that I got this from a top coach in the business. So it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. It's 4 weeks. This is the most in-depth training I've ever done. We're gonna have we're gonna have weekly calls going over the topics. We're gonna be very involved. I put all the info on the team page, so make sure you go and check that out. Join, but guys, you can only join once. So in the past, if I've done trainings, I'm like, oh yeah, you can join again, and you've done the training like 4 times, you can join once and only once. So you got to make sure you're serious about it. You got to make sure that you really want to do it. Obviously, if a life event happens and there's a reason you can't complete it, we can talk. We can get you into a next training. But definitely let's get in on that. Okay, so guys, so I'm going to go over, I think I have 5 slides over different topics, and then we'll open it up to questions about these topics, or if there's things that you have questions about. But these are going to be basic things that we talk about in the business, and you're like, what the hell is Ashley talking about? So I kind of went in order-ish of things. So the first things first is, you guys may hear a lot of us talk about all the time, like left leg or right leg. And you're like, okay, yeah, I've got 2 legs. What's the point? Well, in this business, there's 2 legs. And that's a lot of times people are like, oh, I signed up a new coach. And this is where this comes into play. Oh, hold on. I got to meet somebody. Okay, I think I got them muted. Get out of here. Thank you. And this is where this comes into play. So when you sign up to become a coach, you are placed on a certain leg. So like I said, in the business, there's a right leg and there's a left leg. Left, right. It depends which way you're looking at the computer. In this business. And the leg that you are placed on is your strong leg. So for example, I'm on the left leg of my coach's business center. So here, oh, I think there's this lovely thing that you can do on here. All right, y'all are gonna have to bear with me, okay? Because I think I can write on the screen. If I can do this, y'all are just cannot make fun of my drawing, okay? Get out of here. God, there's so many things on the screen. Okay, so this is me, or this is my coach. We're gonna call her Lisa. Wow, this is really bad. Can you guys see this though? Yeah, okay. This is Lisa. Lisa placed me over here on her left leg. So this is me, this little red dot. That's me. I'm on her left leg. So I now have 2 legs. I have a left and I have a right. Left leg, right leg. This is a very handy tool. We're going to switch colors. We're going to go to blue now. So this is my strong leg right here, and this is my weak leg. Now, say Lisa signed up another coach. She signed up, we're going to say his name is Matt, and she put Matt on the left leg. Matt is now on the same leg as me, but he is not my personally sponsored coach. He's just a coach that was placed underneath me. So a lot of times you guys are going to log into your Coach Online office and you're going to see so-and-so is in your organization. That's because your coach or a coach that's on that same leg as you signed up a coach on that leg. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, I only have 5 heads on my screen, so if those 5 heads shake their heads yes, then that's who I'm going with understanding me. Those 5 heads would be Sarah, Lisa, Colleen, and Tatiana, so y'all have to depend on them to make sure that I'm explaining it right. So what happens now is this is the leg that I have to build. Nobody's ever going to put a coach on this leg for me unless I sign up a coach. So we're going to use people, for example, Sarah. I signed up Sarah on this right leg. Sarah, this is probably not where you're at. Don't use this as the example. And Sarah decides that she's going to sign up a coach. Now, Sarah signs up a coach on this right leg. Now, that coach is also on my right leg, so it's going to show up, but they're not my PS coach. So this leg, your weak leg, the leg that you're not on, that's the leg that you have to build. So that's why a lot of times people are like, oh, I signed up a new coach. And I'm like, oh, no. That person is underneath another coach. They're just on the same leg as you. So that's the right leg. That's the like strong versus weak leg. Never worry about the inside of a strong leg and the outside of a weak leg. We don't get into that. We just focus on right and we focus on left, and that is it. So that's why a lot of time people have a lot of volume on one leg, because that's the leg that they constantly have new people being added to by other people, and that volume floats up to them. That's just in a couple slides. I'm going to look at chats during the call so I can make sense. Both, Tatiana. So both. So Let me see if I can look at something, guys, in my team page or in my Coach Online office real quick before I like do a screen share there with you guys to show you. And of course, my internet's gonna go just a little bit slower than usual today. But I want to be able to show you guys because it'll really help you make sense. Tatiana, I'm gonna come back to that question until I can get my internet. Oh, wait. Now it's going faster. Coach office. So I think I can actually show you in the Coach Online office exactly what I'm talking about. All right, let me do another screen share. I told you this is a very informative call. Okay, so the Coach Online office. So really? Now I'm gonna get the pinwheel of death. There we go. Okay, so if I'm gonna go to graphical genealogy, you guys can look at this too, and it may make a little bit more sense. Olivia, you'll have to ask your coach which leg you're on. So here's like a really good example, guys. So this is me right here. And then it's showing me, so this person, this is not my PS coach. It just happens to be another coach that was put underneath me by somebody else in the organization. So say she orders Shakeology, or she sells Shakeology 90 PV, that PV floats up to me, that volume floats up to me. Does that kind of help, Tatiana? Does that make sense? So now Lindsay Baki was my first coach on this leg. Nobody is going to above me can add coaches to my weak leg. I'm building the weak leg. So I have a lot of coaches on what used to be my weak leg because that's the leg that I have built. So if Lindsay Baki added a coach onto this leg, that volume floats up. Does that make sense? Does that help? You probably, some of you are like, no, doesn't make any sense, but we're going to go with it. Sarah. So you kind of have to build both legs. Your strong leg kind of builds for you, but you still need to have at least one coach on that leg, and this is why. So let's go back. So now we're going to talk about Emerald, and this is where your legs come into play. Tatiana, I will go to the spouse part at the end. How does that sound? Remind me, okay? This is where your legs really come into play, guys. So to become an Emerald coach, you have to add 2 coaches underneath you. I don't know why I put up 4 fingers. 2 coaches underneath you, one on the right and one on the left, and they have to be active. So in the beginning, I always tell my coaches back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And once you have about 4 coaches on each side, that's when we really sit down and we start to brainstorm, okay, where should I build? Where should I start placing coaches? Because then it becomes, okay, where do I need a working coach at? Where do I need a coach that's going to work the business and bring in more volume? Or where do I need a coach that's going to hit Emerald so I can allow myself to hit Diamond? So Emerald is 2 coaches. You plus 2 is what I like to call it. One on each leg. So when you sign up your first coach, awesome. Message your upline, be like, hey, I just signed up my first coach, and they'll help you change the placement because Beachbody doesn't automatically do that for you. You have to change your placement before they sign up. Opposite legs, active coaches. So one on each leg. And eventually, if you go running like with it, you're going to have a beautiful organization. So I have about 250 coaches underneath me, and it's a beautiful flowy leg of charts. And it's awesome. And you will understand this so much more over time. I've been a coach for 5 years, so I know a lot of this. Like, it's easier for me to pick up. So I know for some people, they're like, this is ridiculous. I promise you'll get the hang of it. Emerald. Are we good with Emerald? I don't even want to discuss any ranks after Emerald because literally you hit Emerald and you just keep hitting Emerald over and over and over again because sometimes we get so hung up on Ruby and we get hung up on Diamond that it's just easier. Like 2 coaches. Okay, I added 2. 2 more. Okay, I added 2. So it's constantly just Emerald over and over and over. All right, guys, let's talk about Cycle Bonus. So Cycle Bonus comes into play once you become an Emerald coach, and this is how you start to earn residual income within Beachbody. And I'll do a team call about that maybe next month, explaining how you can earn residual income. Sometimes people don't like these topics, which is why we usually have less people on these calls, but I think it's good information for you guys to have. So once you hit Emerald, you start to earn Cycle Bonus. Cycle Bonus is $14 per cycle. I'm going to do another screen share with you guys because I feel like this is where you can learn the best. So I'm going to go to my team page, and we're going to go to the main page. And you can look at volume from your Coach Online office, guys, right here, okay? So this little tab right here that says volume, this is where you can access all of this information. So here's an example, guys. This is the volume in one of my Coach Business Centers. So I have 2,300 300 on the left, and then I've got whatever this 1900 on the right. So it's going to maximize as much as it can tomorrow for payday. So it's a 200 to 100 ratio. For every 200 to 100, $14 if you're Emerald. You have another 200 to 100 ratio, it's going to pull it again. It's going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling until there's none left to pull, and then it just banks what you don't use. So last week I didn't use 70 PV on my left and I didn't use 200 on my right. That gets banked. As long as you hold your Emerald rank, all of your cycle bonus gets banked. So think of this, guys, as money. Does that make sense? A little bit, kind of. It gets easier over time to understand. So I can give you guys kind of a rundown, or kind of a better look of what it looks like. And so let's see. So last week, come on, please move faster. We are going off this base week, right? Where am I at? I'm looking a little all over the place. Where's my right leg? Wait, just I don't want carryover. Oh, come on, people. Here we go. Okay, so we are going to go by team volume, and volume comes into play. Again, it's coaches underneath you that sell something. It's people that have ordered from you. That's where volume comes from, that's the next slide. So last week I had a 1,300 to 1,600 ratio of volume. And you guys it looks little, but remember I have 5 different coach accounts. So my volume is spread across the board. So last week I earned, and I'm very open with you guys about my income. I have like nothing to hide. Last week, just in cycle bonus in this coach account, I earned $180 last week. So it just pulled as much as it can. So does that kind of help explain a little bit more, like seeing then like the income? So you can earn, there's some cap on cycle bonus. I don't know what it is, but it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling. So again, the stronger organization that you build, hey, that's on this slide. The more volume that you get, the more income that you get. So volume is points per dollar. So for example, you get 90 volume points from Shakeology because it's $90 as a coach, roughly. So 90. To be an active coach, you need 50 PV. Most of you get that from ordering Energize Recover, Shakeology, Daily Sunshine, different boosts, like everything has volume points to it. If you go into your Coach Online office and you go to shop, it tells you how much PV each thing is worth. So say, I'm going to click on Colleen for a second. She's the next person on my screen. Say Colleen sold Shakeology to somebody. So Colleen gets 90 PV that goes to her. It helps her PV. And then that 90 PV also rolls up to any coach that's above her. So a lot of people think, oh, I can just add coaches and coaches and coaches and I'm going to earn an income. But that's not the way it works, because you have to train these coaches. You have to teach them. You have to basically duplicate what you're doing. So it's not that you can just add a bunch of coaches and you're going to get rich quick. No, you got to take the time and invest in your team. So again, once you hit Emerald, that's when volume really comes into a play. Until then, you're going to have volume on those legs every week, but it's just going to disappear at the end of the week until you lock in that Emerald. Again, volume moves up from any coaches below you. So I think the latest coach I just signed up, Sarah, I think you were my newest coach. Sarah is, I don't know what leg she is. We're going to say she's on my left leg. If I have 50 coaches above her, if Sarah orders Shakeology, that Shakeology goes up to the 50 coaches above her for volume. So it's kind of like, it's a wave. But again, that volume doesn't mean anything unless you're working the business and you're rank advancing to Emerald and higher. So the stronger you build, the more volume you get. So I put up a picture in the team page. It's, if you go to let me see if I can find it really quickly. If you go to the photos section, it's in there and it kind of gives you a guide of volume. My goal for coach, like if you're a working coach and you have like an income goal, I would say your volume goal for the month should be 500 PV. So here's like a little diagram I put in the team page. You can probably print this if you want to, and it really helps you understand. So roughly if you're getting 500 PV a month, you're roughly earning about $125 a month. And so another coach made this for me made this for us, and I thought it was pretty cool. So it gives you some ideas of how you can reach PV every single month. what it acutes to. So if you sell a challenge pack, there's PV associated with it. Shakeology, there's PVs associated with it, things like that. So this is a nice little diagram that really helps you understand. So for a new coach, I would say your goal, 500 PV a month. And when you guys see me do the leaderboards, this is where this personal volume is coming from. It can be from orders from you, or it can be orders from customers. So when I do one, a new coach is like, oh my gosh, I made it on the board. Well, yeah, because you ordered. So that volume, it's your volume. So anytime you place an order, you're always going to have a volume associated with you. So that's how your name lands on those leaderboards every single week. Let's see if I missed any questions. What do you mean, Sarah, by all coaches? Sorry. Tatiana, no, I like the questions, and I'll come back to your question in just a second, Tatiana. So, Tatiana, while I'm waiting for Sarah to answer, team cycle bonuses from coaches below you. So, for example, say you're on the left leg and Lisa Douglas is on the right leg. You're not going to see volume from Lisa because she's on the opposite leg as you, okay? So it's the leg that you are placed on. Now, if Lisa, I don't even know if these are the right legs you guys are on. If Lisa's on my right leg and Colleen's on my right leg and Colleen sold a challenge pack, that volume floats up to Lisa. Yeah. So Sarah, so say you sold Shakeology, that PV obviously goes to you. You keep that PV as well. It makes you active, whatnot, but then that also floats up. So if you were to sell Shakeology, that 90 PV would float up to me, and I'm almost halfway to making a cycle bonus because of that 90 PV. Does that make sense? I know this isn't the fun stuff to talk about, like this isn't Instagram or Snapchat, but I think that's the stuff that you guys really need to understand about the business, especially if you want to have this become a hobby business for you, or if you want it to become an income type business. This is stuff that you really, really want to understand. Sarah's like, yes, I like it, the technical stuff, and I probably have people that are like falling asleep on me. All right, last thing we're going to talk about, and then I'm going to go over challenge groups really quick because I do have some new coaches on this call, and then I'm going to open up to any other questions that I might have missed. So Success Club, guys, you know, if you've been on the team for a while, I'm trying to think who's on the call. I think Sarah Ponto is on the call. I'm always going to call her Sarah Berry. She's been Sarah Berry to me for 4 years. We used to hammer Success Club, and then I kind of went back, and I didn't really talk about Success Club anymore. But at the end of the day, Success Club is not going anywhere. And if you want to move your business, you have to hit Success Club. There's no way of sugarcoating it. It's the truth. I've hit it 49 months in a row. That's a long time. Is that 4 years? 3 years? 4? Thank you. Catherine's doing math for me. I don't do math. That's 4 years. I've been a coach for 5. So you have to think, for the last 4 years, every single month, I've helped 3 people get started. I ran out of my warm market a long time ago. I hear that from a lot of coaches. Well, my warm market's dried out. Yeah, and mine dried out 4 or 5 years ago. But Success Club, it's the benchmark of your business. My coaches that hit Success Club every single month, they're making an income. My coaches that sell a challenge pack, they're making an income. You're also helping people. I think sometimes people in this business don't want to talk about money because it makes you think that you're not helping people. This is my full-time job, and I'm helping people every single day. There is no shame in making a full-time income or any sort of income if you're helping people. People that do, nurses, they help people. They're making an income. Doctors, social workers, you get my drift. So how do you earn Success Club? I put in the ways that you can earn Success Club. You can sell a challenge pack, which almost all of you signed up with. That's usually BOD with either Shakeology or the performance line. So that's 2 points. All of these are worth 2 points. A completion pack, that's really new to the business. They just released it with 80-Day Obsession. So a completion pack is if somebody already has BOD, but they want to sign to become a coach, they can buy a completion pack with the 80-Day Obsession accessories and then either Shakeology or the performance line. Shakeology HD. The HD is important. That means auto ship. I'll have people like, well, I don't want to auto ship. Totally understand. I'm just going to save you about $11 in shipping. And then in 2 weeks, I'll show you how to cancel, because HD shipping is $2 or maybe it's $4. It's either 2 or 4. They changed it a couple years ago and I can't remember. But it saves them money, and that's how you also get Success Club points. The performance line of Energize and Recover, and then Daily Sunshine. I don't think Daily Sunshine was a hit, though, so nobody really talks about that. I'm just going to put that on like my little side megaphone over here. So your goal Tatiana, your goal is to help 3 people a month. Now, if you're a new coach and you're like, Ashley, 3 people, you want me to help 3 already? Make it a goal to help 1 to get on the board the first month. And if you're a new call, make sure, or if you're our new coach, make sure you listen to the new coach call so you can learn about success starters. But make it a goal to help 3 people a month. And I'm probably going to get some curse words thrown at me in your head. Success Club is easy, guys. I know some of you are like, Ashley, I hate you for saying that. It's easy, guys. If you're doing what you need to do every single day and you're doing the 4 vital behaviors every single day, there is no reason for you not to hit Success Club every single month. I know we don't like me to say it. I know we don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. So 3 of these equals Success Club. And there's always prizes for Success Club. This month it's a webinar with somebody. I'm not really big into personal development, even though I really should be. Last month we earned a tank top and a band. Those trips that I go on every year, it's because I hit Success Club. Because I've hit Success Club, I'm going to Mexico for free in April. I only had to pay my deposit and my airfare. I'm going on a cruise next year for free. I've been to Cancun. I've been on a previous cruise for hitting Success Club. So there's definitely great incentives for hitting Success Club. So I'm going to go over any questions, and I'm going to have you guys ask any more questions with me. What do you mean renew, Olivia? Yeah, I think it's 2 too, Heather. I had to go back. I know I missed some questions, and now I've got like the huge chat in front of me. So like I'm trying to figure out what I missed. Oh, Tatiana, you asked me about spouses, didn't you? So every coach is different. So some coaches are going to preach to you to put your spouse on your weak leg. And some coaches are going to preach to you to put your spouse on your strong leg. I say strong leg. And this is why I say strong leg. Then you're not building 2 legs. See, you already have to build that weak leg. So why would you put your husband on the weak leg that you have to build, and now you have to build his weak leg and the weak leg that he's on? Does that make sense? So now my husband's on my strong leg. He gets all of that volume from any of those coaches on that strong leg, and I just have to build 1 other leg. So for me, I don't like to make it so complicated and have extra work. So 1 leg. Some coaches are going to tell you the weak leg. I don't understand the reasoning. 5 years in this business, this is what I do. You can YouTube videos and find what works best for you, but I say the strong leg. Hold on. I gotta renew BOD with a challenge pack. So you can't renew BOD with a challenge pack. You'd have to cancel your previous BOD subscription and then purchase a challenge pack with the BOD again. So I had a couple customers that did that. When 80-Day Obsession launched, their BOD almost expired because it's been a year. So they canceled their BOD and they reordered it with the challenge pack. Does that make sense, Olivia? To hopefully answer that question. I'm very bad about answering questions sometimes. I do it in a roundabout way. If I add my husband, I'm on the left, I should put it on the left. Yes, correct, Sarah. So left. So I like to maximize your money for things. So I always say, if you can afford it, add a spouse with a challenge pack. Now this is why you get 2 Success Club points. So say you do, and you don't have to do a BOD challenge pack. You could do a program challenge pack, and then you just have a random set of DVDs, but you're better off probably just doing BOD, because it's $160 for BOD and Shakeology. And then you get a $40 commission. So now it's become $100. So you just got BOD and Shakeology for $100. Does that make sense? So, or you could do it the performance line if you want to try out the performance line, or Daily Sunshine if you want to try out Daily Sunshine. But you're making money off of that challenge pack, and you now have 2 Success Club points, and it's cost you a lot less than what it would cost you as a coach. And that $40 fee is waived. I think I got that right. Yeah. Okay. Not for you, Olivia. No, you don't get Success Club points for you. And coaches can't buy challenge packs. So I think now I understand your question. So sorry about that, Olivia. So you would just have to like sign it up on your own. So if you go into the, yep, he's active as long as he is HD. So this is what I recommend, guys. And I'm not saying you guys have to sign up your spouse. Like I would never say, hey, go sign up your spouse. Like it's all completely up to you. But so my husband in the very beginning, when I signed him up, we got 2 Shakeologies a month, and now we get so much product each month it's not even funny because we go through so much. So underneath him, I have Recover and Energize underneath him, and then I have Shakeology underneath me. So now, another perk of when you have your spouse signed up and your Emerald, when your husband orders that performance line, not only is he staying active, but that volume rolls up to you and you can now do cycle bonus off of that. So it's kind of like this nice trickle effect. So a lot of times, probably half of you on this call are underneath my husband. And that's because I've built his business. But when I sell a random Energize or a random Shakeology or something that's random, or I've hit Success Club already, I put it underneath my husband because I'm still making the commission, but now I'm making the commission and earning volume off of him and making more cycle bonus. Does that make sense? Yeah. No, not every time, Janet. So just that first purchase. So say they order a challenge pack, you just make the commission off the first purchase. And then after that, you just get the discount. But if you're Emerald, you get that volume, and that volume then becomes cycle bonus. So in a sense, you're still earning an income. Does that make sense? I say that a lot too. Does that make sense? That's like, I need like a cup. Does that make sense? Because that's all I ever say when I answer a question. That's like the next thing that comes out of my mouth. Are you tracking? Am I tracking, Tatiana? Oh, am I tracking how often I say it? Wait, I'm lost. Yes. So Shakeology is worth 90 PV, and I think the performance line is worth 90 PV as well. So yeah. Yep. And I always recommend, especially if you're a working coach, like if you're going to hit Success Club every single month, make sure you have an HD order underneath you because, oh, I see what you're saying. Because you need 90 PV HD in order to hit Success Club. So yeah, you get those 6 points, but you still need that one other little factor to lock in that Success Club. No, you're fine, Tatiana. Challenge groups, because I know Sarah asked me that. Almost all of you know what a challenge group is. Sarah, message me and we can go over them a little bit more. It's just an accountability group. I'm starting another one in February if I can get anybody for it, but I have a lot of people doing 80-day obsession right now, so I don't know how many people are going to want to join a new one. So if I can even put you in my 80-day obsession one to see how one's ran. I've got the booty group. There is 350 people in that group, y'all. So use that group and invite, especially if you're a new coach. New groups are free groups. People love the word free. People message me, are you sure it's free? Does it cost anything? I'm like, no, the word free means free. But people like free, and it's a good way to build trust. So if you haven't advertised about it, definitely would. I definitely would. Sarah just posted on it in the team page, so it's kind of bumped to the top. Just copy and paste it. Every time I paste it, I get more people that are commenting on it. And then just make sure you write down who's joining it so you can keep track of everybody. And the way I leverage my free groups is like one of the questions I have to answer is, what is your additional workout? Because let's face it, squatting 50 times in one day is not an effective workout. It's good, but it's not that effective 30-minute workout. So when people are saying, no, I don't have a workout program, oh, hey, let me talk to you about BOD. So it's a great way to earn trust and then also introduce Beachbody. Free ones, Tatiana, free ones. So in the team, there's a team folder. And guys, I do not put any thought into these free groups. You know what I did for this booty group? I searched booty challenge, and I am using one from Fab Booty Calendar, and I'm taking the moves, and that's what I'm posting every single day. I don't put a lot of time into my free group, and this is why. I invest my time into the people that have invested into their health and fitness. So I know not everybody can afford BOD right away, so I completely understand. That's why I do run these free ones occasionally. But it wouldn't be fair to like my 80-day obsession group where I have 60 people that all have bought challenge packs and the programs to not invest that time into them. So my free groups, it's one post. I rarely answer questions in there. It's like, hey, check in. And it's why it's quick and it's effective. But I'm also building trust with those people because I am helping them and I'm not requiring them to buy anything. So some great free groups, especially in this time of year, are crockpot groups. I've run 3 of them. They're a huge hit. I'll share the team folder link. I've got the recipes. I've got the grocery list. I've got the meal prep all ready, like laid out for you guys. I've done a plank one. I've done a booty one. You could even just do a free accountability group where you don't require any sort of program, but it's just a 30-day group and you're just keeping each other accountable. And when I do those groups, I just say, hey, it's free, but you have to stay active. You can't advertise for other groups, things like that. It's basic knowledge. Like people should know, like, hey, don't come in here and like sporting your Advocare drink. Is Advocare still a thing? I don't even know if it's still a thing anymore. I think so. I'm not sure. I know they don't have an Advocare bowl anymore, so it's the only way I knew they were a thing in football world. So free challenge groups are the way to go. And if you're a new coach, team up with other coaches, because when you have 5 people in a group, you kind of lose a little bit of activity and momentum. But if you team up with maybe 3 or 4 other coaches and you each have 5 people come in, now you've got 20 people commenting and it's a little bit more interactive. And the biggest thing, guys, is that you have to stay active in your challenge groups as well. You want them to be active, you have to show up. I'm sure my 80-day obsession girls are sick of me because I'm like posting like 7 times a day and they get notified every single time that I post. But you got to stay active because they're depending on you, so you just can't disappear, okay? The HD has to be that month. So for example, if you have 6 Success Club points in the month of January, you have to have 90 HD in that month. If you have 6 Success Club points in February, you have to have 90 HD in that month. So it's the month of Success Club. Did I miss any other questions? Does anybody else have any other questions? I know it was a lot of information, but sometimes we have to know this stuff because we kind of got to know the way the business works. Or we're like in the dark, and this isn't always the fun stuff, but it's the stuff that you do need to know about. So good. I'm glad, Tatiana. I'm glad. So, next week we were supposed to have a new coach call. Oh, Laura, does Laura want it? Laura raised her hand. Laura, do you want to unmute it? Laura unraised her hand. I don't think Laura wants me unmuted. Next week we were supposed to do a new coach call, but I want you guys, if you didn't listen to the last one, go watch the recording. It's in the team page. Search in the group, new coach call. We're going to do a special call for the Team Cup on how to make the most momentum for the month of February and rock it. And even if you are not on a Team Cup, I still want you to join the call because you can use all of these practices in your business to build. Okay. So, Beachbody will send you a $10.99 if you earn $600 or more. If you didn't, they don't send you a $10.99, and they have until the end of the month to send them. So only if you earn $600. Oh, as long as your HD goes through, Olivia, and it ships and you get it, you're good. You're good. Okay, I think I answered. So yes, next week, how to make the most momentum of the month. New coach training, team apparel. I think that is everything. As always, guys, I am here if you need me. But first, post in the team page. I love y'all. And it's not that I don't want to help you, but half the time I have like a baby in one arm and my messages are so quick that I know that the team page can really help you with probably a lot more than my short answers, but I am always here. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. You guys have an amazing night. Thank you for hopping on, and calm down. I need y'all to post in the team page one thing that you learned tonight. That way I know you guys are paying attention. One thing that you learned tonight, post it in the team page. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.